Apple is convinced that AR is the technology of the future, but frankly, it hasn't really done a good job of showing how it will become a part of our everyday lives. So that's why I've rounded up the following apps. They're not necessarily the most polished AR apps on the App Store, but I think they're the best ones for showing how AR can augment our iPhone experience beyond, visually nifty gimmicks. It may be familiar to you already, but Apple's own Measure app, it's a good starting point. It's built directly into iOS, and it lets you make rough measurements with your iPhone's camera. And you can even take a screenshot of that measurement and send it to a friend. But again, keep in mind that these measurements are going to be rough, and we'll probably have to wait until Apple has depth sensors in the iPhone's rear camera before we really get some reliable accuracy. All that said, the Measure app does do an impressive job through machine learning alone. Next up, we have SkyGuide. This star chart app, it's been around for years, and I've always admired the way that it lets you use the iPhone's GPS to identify the stars that are above you. Before it had a camera-based AR mode though, you had to look back and forth between the app and the sky in order to figure out what you were looking at. With the new AR feature enabled by the camera though, you can overlay constellation maps on top of the night sky and learn exactly what you're looking at. Or you could even use it during the day and see what the sky will look like on a specific date. The not so elegantly named Sunseeker Sun Tracker the not so elegantly named Sunseeker Sun Tracker Compass kind of follows the same idea, but the focus here is on the sun rather than all the other stars. It's a good app for showing where the sun will be in the sky at a specific time or day or date. It's also great for figuring out if a bedroom in a new apartment is going to get direct sunlight at some point in the year. In its camera mode, Sunseeker also shows trajectories for the summer and winter solstices. This way, you'll always be able to contextualize the current day's trajectory. IKEA Place is a reminder that great AR apps don't have to be so mind-blowing. The concept here is simple. You choose a piece of furniture that you're interested in from the app, and IKEA Place lets you see how it will look in your office or apartment. It's a good way to tell if a piece of furniture is really going to work for your room before you spend a lot of money on it. Jigspace reminds me of those interactive museum exhibits for kids, but in this case, you're tinkering with digital AR models. There are about 60 so-called jigs to choose from, and that includes everything from the Gutenberg press to lightsabers. With each model, you'll get a step-by-step explanation of how each device works, and that includes the fictional ones. AR games usually, they're not all that fun, but I think Smash Tanks is an exception. It's all about setting up AR boards on tables or other surfaces where you aim tanks at other tanks. Obstacles like buildings or trees usually get in the way, so Smash Tanks makes you move around the table or the counter in order to get a better shot. It's entertaining to do this alone, but I also like how Smash Tanks lets you play local multiplayer matches either by passing the phone to a friend or inviting up to 7 people on the same network. Zombie Gunship Revenant AR is a fun game too, and it shows how games can really deliver a good AR experience without relying so heavily on the camera. So in this case, you place the battlefield down on a surface, and then you play as though you're piloting a military helicopter protecting a base from waves of zombies. To get the best shot, you're going to have to move in close. You're going to have to move around the table. It's fun, it's simple, and it doesn't overthink AR, and I'm a big fan of that. Not able to own a cat or a dog? Consider getting a dragon with AR Dragon. It's all about raising a dragon from the moment it hatches, and the beast gets a little bigger every day that you log in. The camera-based AR interface does a good job of making it look as though the dragon is hanging out in front of you, and I like how it lets you feed your dragon or it lets you play ball with it. It's one of the best apps for seeing how fun it can be to interact with digital beings through AR. AR Runner does a good job of showing how AR can even augment exercise, and it does this mainly by letting you overlay the real world with checkpoints and open spaces. You can then run through these checkpoints and compare your times against other people in the world. It's a cool idea, but it's one that's probably going to be a lot more rewarding when we have AR glasses or contacts or whatever. As it is, you're always going to be jogging with your phone in your hand, and that's never not going to look weird. Euphoria Chalk is an app that has AR features that I'd love to see built right into FaceTime. So long as you and a friend both have the app, you can use the iPhone's camera on a call to point out things with hand-drawn arrows and circles and see this stuff in real time. In my case, it'd be perfect for helping out my dad with his tech support from almost 2,000 miles away. It's a good idea, but it's not without its limitations. You can only use the free version for calls that last for 3 minutes, for instance, and again, the lack of true depth sensors on the rear camera means that accuracy, it sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. That's it for now, but I'll say that I'm hoping to hear some big news about AR with the new iPhones, and I hope that stuff just blows these apps out of the water. For more on AR apps, be sure to subscribe to Macworld.